Everything was going perfectly. The job was good, the relationship felt right, life was finally falling into place. And then you ruined it. Not because someone forced you, not because of bad luck. You did it, yourself. If this has ever happened to you, this video will explain exactly why. There is a pattern that psychologists have studied for decades. It is called self-sabotage. Self-sabotage is when a person unconsciously destroys their own progress, happiness, or success. The word unconsciously is important here because the person is not doing it on purpose. They don't even realize they are doing it until it is too late. And the strangest part? It happens most often when things are going well. Not when life is hard, but when life is good. Imagine a man named Alex. Alex spent years struggling at work. He worked hard, he stayed late, he gave everything. Then finally, he got promoted. His dream job, his dream salary. But within 3 months, Alex started coming in late. He stopped preparing for meetings. He began arguing with his manager for no reason. 6 months later, he was let go. Alex sat alone and asked himself one question. Why do I always do this? This is not just Alex's story. Millions of people live this exact pattern in careers, in relationships, in health goals. So what is actually happening inside the brain? Psychologists point to one core reason, and it is not laziness. It is fear. Not the fear of failure. Most people know that fear well. This is a different, quieter, more dangerous fear. It is the fear of success. When things go well, the brain does not automatically feel safe. Instead, it asks a terrifying question. What if I lose all of this? The brain calculates, the higher you climb, the harder the fall. So it does something logical, in its own twisted way. It destroys the good thing before the good thing can be taken away. This fear does not appear out of nowhere. It is almost always planted in childhood. If a child grew up in an unpredictable environment, a parent who was sometimes loving and sometimes cruel, the child learned one thing: good things don't last. That belief gets stored deep inside the unconscious mind, and it stays there even after the child becomes an adult, even after the danger is long gone. So when success arrives, the old programming activates. The unconscious mind says, "This is temporary. Destroy it before it destroys you." And the person obeys without even knowing it. Self-sabotage is clever. It wears many disguises. Sometimes it looks like procrastination. The person delays important tasks until they miss a deadline. Sometimes it looks like picking fights in a happy relationship, starting arguments over nothing, pushing people away. Sometimes it looks like imposter syndrome, telling yourself, "I don't deserve this. They will find out I'm a fraud." And sometimes it looks like self-medication, drinking more, eating more, escaping more, right when life is going well. In every case, the behavior feels uncontrollable from the inside. But from the outside, the pattern is always the same. Good thing arrives, fear activates, person destroys good thing. Every person has an invisible ceiling, a limit on how much happiness, success, or love they believe they deserve. When life pushes them above that ceiling, their mind panics, and they find a way, consciously or not, to pull themselves back down. Below the ceiling, back to familiar, back to comfortable suffering. Because for many people, suffering feels safer than joy. Because suffering is what they know. Joy is unfamiliar territory, and the brain is deeply suspicious of unfamiliar territory. Here is the deeper truth. Self-sabotage is not a character flaw. It is not weakness. It is not stupidity. It is a protection mechanism that has outlived its usefulness. At some point in your past, this behavior kept you emotionally safe. It helped you manage disappointment before it could hit you. But you are not that child anymore. The danger that created this pattern is gone. Your unconscious mind just hasn't received that update yet. And every time you self-sabotage, you are not failing. You are running an old program on a new life. The first step to stopping it is the simplest and the hardest: noticing it. When things go well and you feel a sudden urge to escape, argue, disappear, or destroy, pause. Ask yourself, am I protecting myself or am I punishing myself for being happy? That one question can interrupt the pattern. Not perfectly, not immediately, but it plants a seed. And over time, that seed grows into something powerful. The belief that you are allowed to have good things, that joy is not a trap, that success is not a setup for pain, that you, exactly as you are, deserve to let good things stay. The most painful prison is the one you build yourself, brick by brick, choice by choice. But here is what psychology has shown us again and again. The same mind that built the prison can learn to open the door. You are not broken. You are just running an old story, and stories can be rewritten. If this felt like your story, like this video, and subscribe. Every week we explore the psychology behind the way you think, feel, and live. See you next time.